Kunja Bihari. Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Gopal Govinda Ram Srimad Sudhana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गिरिधरी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Bolo! Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bal, Hari Bal, Re Bal, Hari Bal. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Noga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. I've been asked to speak from Bhagavatham, pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, to prepare for Ramanavami, which is coming when? 17th. So, what is today? Today is 7th. 10 days before. So, we are reading from the Bhagavatham, the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra from Canto 9, Chapter 10. We'll just do some little reading and then I will try to elaborate something on Ramayana or Ramachandra. Shri Shukavacha Katvanga Dirgha Bahuscha Raghustasmat Pratushavah Ajastato Maharajas Tasmat Dasharatho Abhavat. Shukadeva Goswami said the son of Maharaja Katvanga was Dirgha Bahu and his son was the celebrated Maharaja Raghu. From Maharaja Raghu came Aja, and from Aja was born the great personality Maharaja Dasharatha. Tasyapi Bhagavan Yesha Sakshat Brahmamayo Harihi Amsha Amshena Chaturdhaghat Putratvam Prartitah Suraihi Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugna iti Samagnaya Being prayed for by the demigods, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth Himself, directly appeared with His expansion and expansions of the expansion. Their holy names were Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna. These celebrated incarnations thus appeared in 4 forms as the sons of Maharaja Dasharatha. Purport: Lord Ramachandra and his brothers Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna are all Vishnu Tattva, not Jiva Tattva. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expands into many, many forms. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. Although they are one and the same, Vishnu Tattva has many forms and incarnations. As confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, Ramadimurtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan. The Lord is situated in many forms such as Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna, and these forms may exist in any part of His creation. All these forms exist permanently, eternally as individual personalities of Godhead, and they resemble many candles, all equally powerful. Lord Ramachandra, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna, who being Vishnu Tattva, are all equally powerful because the sons of Maharaja Dasharatha in response to prayers by the demigods. Tasya Nucharitam Rajan Rishibhis Tattvada Rishibhi Shrutam Hi Varnitam Bhoon Tvaya Sita Pater Muhu. O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth. Because you have heard again and again about Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita, I shall describe these activities only in brief. Please listen. Please listen. Purport: modern Rakshasas posing as educationally advanced merely because they have doctorates have tried to prove that Lord Ramachandra is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but an ordinary person. But those who are learned and spiritually advanced will never accept such notions. They will accept the descriptions of Lord Ramachandra and his activities only as presented by Tattvadarshis, those who know the absolute truth. In Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advises that Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire for him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Unless one is Tattvadarshi, in complete knowledge of the absolute truth, one cannot describe the activities of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, although there are many so-called Ramayanas or history of Lord Ramachandra's activities, some of them are not actually authoritative. Sometimes Lord Ramachandra's activities are described in terms of one's own imaginations, speculations, or material sentiments. But the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra should not be handled as something imaginary. While describing the history of Lord Ramachandra, Shukadeva Goswami told Maharaja Parikshit, you have already heard about the activities of Lord Ramachandra. Apparently, therefore, 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, and they are many still. But we must select only those books written by Tattvadarshis, Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha, not the books of so-called scholars who claim knowledge only on the basis of a doctorate. This is a warning by Shukadeva Goswami. Rishibhis Tattvadarshibhi. Although the Ramayana composed by Valmiki is a huge literature, the same activities are summarized here by Shukadeva Goswami in a few verses. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatanavitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Ramaya Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya Vedhase, Raghunathaya Nathaya, Sitaya Pataye Namaha. The beautiful pastimes of Lord Ramachandra are, as is mentioned here, sung for so many years. Very old during the Treta Yuga. But till today it is ever fresh and recollected very tastefully. Again and again people listen to the same story. Right? And again they have newer realizations, newer understanding, newer enjoyment. Nava rasa udhatum rantumasit. Newer and newer tastes. You can hear the same story and you can get more and more deeper understanding and enjoy tastefully. Why? Because it is about the absolute personality of Godhead, the Supreme Personality. Other stories we don't like to hear much. Once, twice, thrice. After that it's a bit boring. You see, that is the nature of stories in this world. Internet is full of stories. My story. Everybody giving their own story. I went here and then this happened. Look at this picture. I am sitting there doing nothing in the garden. My story. Actually, there's no substance in the story. But still it's a story everybody watches. Everybody has got my story. That's why it's called his story. Which one? Capital H-I-S. His story is different from history. History is what you study. Story. Genghis Khan, he attacked. Mongol king. Muhammad Ghazni, uska story. All story different. His story is different. But this is the real his story. His, Bhagavan, Krishna. His story is what is called really history. You should be reading his story. Not just Genghis Khan, this fellow, that fellow and all stories. Of course, it's useful and interesting for us to know. This is the story of Lord Ramachandra. His story. It's not like the stories that you write on your blogs, on your diary. You keep telling. Everybody wants their story to be heard. Listen, I'll tell you. Listen, please give attention. Please give attention. Somebody be my audience. I want to tell a story. Please listen. And then you should say, very nice story, Baba. Really? So happy. I'll write another one. But don't call me again. Actually, the story of our Lord Ramachandra has sustained itself over a long period of time. And still people love to hear because there is adventure, there is romance, there is war, there is emotions, there is relationships, there is feelings. So God, the absolute truth, decided that na chumma tattvam pesina Bhagavad Gita aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate matta parataram na anyat kinchid asti dhananjaya sarvasya cha aham ridhi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam abohanam cha. கேட்க மாட்டாங்கறாங்க. This is reality. This is the truth. They don't hear. Even if they hear, they say, I know the truth, but People want something more than knowledge. They want an emotional experience. Why? Because we have that experience. We are part and parcel of Krishna. And we have actually enjoyed that experience of relationship with the Supreme Absolute Truth, with Krishna. It's a highly enjoyable experience. Praharshayishyami, giving great joy. And that we have lost that connection. We are loved by Krishna and we love Krishna. This is not an ordinary thing. And because you have forgotten it, and because if I speak tattva to you, this is the truth and theory to you, yeah, I know, so what? I have knowledge. Knowledge does not give you the taste, the experience. So bhakti is what we really want. We want to express our love. We want to be loved by the Supreme. These two things, everybody has this desire. I want to be loved and I want to express my love to somebody. So instead of investing in the Supreme, we invest in many people. We try to see if it will work. See, I bought this gift for you. Really, you bought this for me? So nice. I like you. I also give you a gift. But one day I die, you die. Gift also dies. Kya yaar? What's the use of us exchanging the gift? We come to know that the people whom we like and we invest in will die. I will die. Something is wrong here. I want permanent investment of my love. I want to be permanently loved. Only with Krishna you can do that. Only with Krishna you do that. Because you don't understand that He comes. He comes into the human domain. And He starts establishing relationships with everybody. Like a human being, like you. Born. He remains a citizen. He's a family. He's a brother. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a friend. All these different relationships that we enjoy. He also does that. That is why Ramachandra's pastime is very interesting to human beings. Why? It's filled with relationships and emotions and actions to do with love. Everybody likes it. The worst person will like it, the story. The worst person will tell the story. He hears. Everybody hears. All over Thailand, here in Malaysia and all, they are in the story. Muslim country. Muslim countries enacting the story. You know, they have these dolls behind the shadow curtain. I saw, very famous. He's doing it. Ramachandra is talking to his mother. It's so beautifully done. I thought, I never heard it like this in their language. And in every street corner, nook corner, huge statues of Rama, of, this person, that person everywhere. So popular. Why? It relates with human emotions. It's not easy for us to relate with Varaha in human emotion. Can you relate with Varaha? I like you very much, Varaha. Brrr. Difficult. But when he comes as a human being, right? And he relates with Guhan. Friendship. Such great friendship. Tribal king. With Lakshmana, my dear brother, fully, deeply understands me. Now, that type of relationship and deep investment and all that is very sweet. We can relate with that very easily. So Ramachandra is an incarnation of the Lord, where human beings can relate very easily, and he did the sweet pastimes. So nice that we can immediately feel, I also want to be like this. I also want to be there. But you cannot be Ramachandra. You can be having associations like that. You can be having associations like that. So the whole country was like that. The whole Ayodhya was like that. In fact, whole world was like that. That was called Ram Rajya. Why? Everybody was Rama consciousness. Why? He's the Supreme Lord. And you can very easily relate with Him. He has come. And anybody who wants to relate with Him could relate. And develop affectionate relationship. So Ramarajya means Rama is in the consciousness of everybody. And Rama is a love object, main object of love. That is how Ramarajya starts. Ramarajya doesn't start without Rama in your consciousness. He may be physically present, physically not present, doesn't matter. Irrespective of whether he is present here now and whether it is Ayodhya or not, you can be in Rama consciousness. Then you can have Ramarajya. I just went to Ramar temple inauguration, and there the leaders were talking about Ram Rajya establishment. Prabhupada said, people are talking about Ram Rajya. What about Ram? Something missing there. Ram Rajya I want without Ram. I want, that is the nature of material exploitation. God's creation give me, God keep him aside. God creations I want, everything I want for enjoy. Rama Rajya I want for my enjoyment. Rama, anga nellinga. Enga, go down la, putti. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. So, when Rama was there, it is not that he ruled, therefore there was Rama Rajya, he was a very good leader. It's not that. You're missing the point. Everybody was devotee of Rama. Love for Rama. Ram Rajya starts from bhakti. Love. Because everybody wants to be loved. And the best love is the love given by the Lord. Then Ram Rajya comes. Krishna has to be in the center. Then only you can have a Ram Rajya. So the Lord appeared and he gave this amazing pastime. So he appeared in the dynasty Raghuvamsha that we always talk about. So it's from Katvanga Maharaj to Dirghabahu, Dirghabahu to Raghu, Raghu to Aja, from Aja to Maharaja Dasharath. So the scene opens with Maharaja Dasharath. One problem he has, although he has done so many marriages, no child. He has no child, he is childless. Actually, it's mentioned that Dasharatha married nearly 400 times. Not only Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and all of them. He married nearly 400 times. 394, 84, something like that. Count. Nobody knows that. Parashurama was attacking all the Kshatriyas. But one thing Parashurama would do is, if the king is getting married, he will not attack that kingdom. So every time Parashurama was getting to attack, Dasharatha will immediately have marriage ceremony. He never encountered Dasharatha. He was supposed to encounter him only when Rama gets married to Sita and comes back on the way. Parashurama will encounter Rama. So it was reserved for that by the Lord's arrangement. Parashurama, whenever he decides to attack Ayodhya, he will immediately get married. Oh, exchanging garland. I don't want to go here. He's getting married. It seems mentioned, I heard. So he got married some 384 times just to avoid Parashurama. But Parashurama finally came when Rama got married. When Rama got married, he came and he challenged Rama. And Dasharatha was saying, oh, he's a small boy, I will fight with you. Sumaira, I have come for some other Leela. I have come for some other Leela. And he told Ramachandra that you broke that bow, no? It seems you broke that bow. I heard about it. Alright? So in this way there was a confrontation between Rama and Parashurama. And Parashurama accepted defeat. And went. He ended his Leela. It's mentioned there. So anyway, Dasharath, no children, and he fought. He married many, many times. He was a great warrior. Really great. He got the name Dasharath because he could shoot in 10 directions standing on the same chariot simultaneously. So fast. He'll swim around and move around and fight. Even the Devas were borrowing him as a mercenary for fighting their wars. But that great Dasharath had no son, although he got married so many times. So he performed the famous Putrakamishti Yajna. And we will read about that, the birth of Lord Ramachandra during Ram Navami maybe in detail. And in this way, Maharaja Dasharath became instrumental in Lord Ramachandra's birth, appearance, born to Kaushalya. So he performed amazing pastimes. These pastimes are being listed here briefly by Shukadeva Goswami. It's very interesting coming out of the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means rasa. Bhagavatam will explain everything in terms of rasa, relationship, experience. Krishna, we know, appeared and we had 5 primary rasas, 7 secondary rasas, and all of them you can see leelas in that. Ramachandra also, when he appeared, he exhibited leelas, but not like Krishna. Krishna, all the exhibition full, Sadaishwarya Purna, all the Akhila Rasamrita Murti, all the rasas contained in him, rich experiences. Lord Ramachandra, you won't see Madhurya Rasa, him dancing with the gopis now. Ekapatni Vrata, only one wife, no looking at anybody else. Sita was very sure about that, Rama was very sure about that, nobody else but you. But so you won't see Madhurya Rasa, Parakya Rasa, all that you will not see. That rasas. You will not see even Vatsalya Rasa so much. Just Dasharath's affection, Kaushalya's affection. Little bit you show. You not see pastimes like Krishna stealing butter, mother kid tying him, seeing the pastime of opening a mouth, showing Vishwarupa to the Lord, all those type of interactions with Yashoda, with Nanda Maharaj and all, you not see like that. Little bit. So Bhaktisiddhanta Sri Thakur said, Lord Ramachandra 2.5 rasas only. Mostly Shanta Rasa, God, respect, Bhagavan, and then Dasya Rasa, lot of Dasya Rasa, Hanuman, full of Dasya Bhava, right? And a little bit of Vatsalya, Shaka, Sakya Rasa, some traces of Vatsalya Rasa a little bit, but mostly Shantaras, Dasyaras, 2 rasas, prominently. The Lord expressed that. You can see with Guhan, with Hanuman, with all the Vanaras. So it's a very amazing pastime. Very, very amazing pastime. So here, Shukadeva Goswami is describing in terms of rasa. And he is from that platform pointing at it in a different way. So some of the shlokas that you will read here, it's mentioned that Ramachandra was overly attached to his wife. That you don't like to hear. No. I like romance. Rama, hero, Sita, heroine. Let them do what they want, I like whatever they like. But this is analysis. As Shukadeva Goswami, who knows all the pastimes of the Lord very keenly, is expecting from his viewpoint. So I will show you how. We will just briefly read. After being prayed for by the demigods, the Supreme Personality of God, the Absolute Truth Himself, I read that already. O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth, because you have heard again and again. I think we read that also. To keep the promise of his father intact, Lord Ramachandra immediately gave up the position of a king and, accompanied by his wife, Mother Sita, wandered from one forest to another on his lotus feet, which were so delicate that they were unable to bear even the touch of Sita's palms. The Lord was also accompanied by Hanuman, king of the monkeys, or by another monkey, Sugriva, and by his own younger brother, Lord Lakshmana, both of whom gave him relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. having cut off the nose and ears of Shurpanaka, thus disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. He therefore became angry, moving his eyebrows and thus frightening the ocean, who then allowed the Lord to construct a bridge to cross the ocean. Subsequently, the Lord entered the kingdom of Ravana to kill him, like a fire devouring a forest. May that Supreme Lord Ramachandra give us all protection. Very succinctly express the pastime of the Lord. In the arena of the sacrifice performed by Vishwamitra, Lord Ramachandra, the king of Ayodhya, killed many demons, Rakshasas and uncivilized men who wandered at night in the mode of darkness. Lord Ramachandra, who killed these demons in the presence of Lakshmana, be kind enough to give us protection. So it's mentioned here, O king, the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra were wonderful like those of a baby elephant. In the assembly where Mother Sita was to choose her husband in the midst of the heroes of this world, he broke the bow belonging to Lord Shiva. This bow was so heavy that it was carried by 300 men. But Lord Ramachandra bent and strung it and broke it in the middle, just as a baby elephant breaks a stick of sugarcane. Thus the Lord achieved the hand of Mother Sita, who was equally as endowed with transcendental qualities of form, beauty, behavior, age and nature. Indeed, she was the goddess of fortune who constantly rests on the chest of the Lord. While returning from Sita's home after gaining her at the assembly of competitors, Lord Ramachandra met Parasurama. Although Parasurama was very proud, having rid the earth of the royal order 21 times, he was defeated by the Lord, who appeared to be a Kshatriya of the royal order. So many pastimes are happening and being recollected. But we can choose to speak a little bit about some of them. You know, Lord Ramachandra, it's mentioned here about him going to the ocean. He was very, very happy having received news of Mother Sita, where she is. And there is a very beautiful section in the Ramayana where Hanuman comes back from Lanka, and all of the Vanaras on the way back celebrate. They get special permission from who's that? Angad and others to eat up the whole garden of Sugriva, his fruit garden. They descended on it on the way back. We have found Sita and we are so hungry. We have been traveling for so long. And just before reaching the kingdom in Kishkinda, they said, very hungry, let's eat a few mangoes. I think he should not mind because we have done a wonderful assignment. They said, yeah, just take it. They ransacked the whole garden. Monkeys are monkeys. They not only ate, they just did a mess completely. And the complaint went to Sugriva and said, whole lot of monkeys have finished your garden. And it is mentioned that he said, that means they must have found Sita. He concluded immediately as a leader, they will not dare do it. They'll do it only if they are so happy that I will not be unhappy with them if they clean up my garden. That means they have found Sita. This is how he understood that they have found Sita. Right? They won't dare go and do this to my garden. I am their king. If they're doing that, they must be one thing hungry, this thing, and they're rewarding themselves, and they know that I will not mind it. That means they have found Sita. He found out that. And then as they were advancing towards, Hanuman goes and announces. And in this way there is great jubilation and joy. It's described so nicely. All of them are dancing and, shouting and yelling, and Ramachandra is in tears when he hears from Hanuman about what transpired there, how he met with Sita, which is so beautifully described about Hanuman's meeting with Sita. So, when Ramachandra hears and he sees the ring given by Sita. And Hanuman hands over the ring, proof of the fact that I have met with Sita. And Ramachandra becomes very emotional because he is separated from his wife. And that emotional feeling, it's a big romantic feeling. Many people get moved to tears. Of course, they also get moved to tears in their movies. Some love story and all, they get moved to tears. They read love story also, they get moved to tears. Very easily, you can get into tears. But this one is different. So, Hanuman very submissively described everything that happened in Lanka, especially his meeting with Sita. And Ramachandra heard it very carefully. And it is mentioned that became so happy with Hanuman that he embraced Hanuman very tightly and cried on Hanuman's shoulder, saying that I have nothing more to give you. You have done such great service to me. That seva itself is the greatest reward. So, I can only reward you by embracing you. This is an act which is spoken about by Hanuman. In the Bhagavatham, there's another shloka somewhere here. How is it possible that the Supreme Lord found us so unsophisticated people, monkeys, and gave us so much love? How is it possible? We have no good looks. We have no brain. We are so passionate. And we are not like human beings. But Lord Ramachandra accepted our service. He engaged us in his service. This is only possible because of our love for him. Right? He loves all of us as devotees and we love him. So it is not based on any material criterion. Good looks, talent, this thing, that thing, nothing. Monkeys are monkeys. They have no manners. They have no manners. Sugriva did not have proper manners to give a seating to Lord Ramachandra, to Lakshmana. When Hanuman first met, first time he appeared in a disguise. Ramachandra and Lakshmana were moving around, searching Sita. They were very desperate. And Sugriva came to know about it. He said, who are these two wonderful looking? Must be sent by Vali. He became very afraid. Must be sent by Vali. Go and check up. Started getting afraid. Vali, brother of Sugriva, that's another big history. Brother of Sugriva would every day visit different places in the globe to do his sadhana. Here he'll do Sandhya Vandanam, here he'll do that sacrifice, he'll do this. The morning sadhana was very big for Vali. And Vali cannot enter Kishkinda because there's a curse that if he touches, his feet touches the ground, his head will split and he'll die and all that. So what he will do anyway to scare Sugriva is, he will come flying and kick Sugriva on the head every day. Daily sadhana, kick him on the head. Show him, I am still powerful. You can sit down here in Kishkinda only. You cannot move out. But Kishkinda also I will reach you. I'll come and kick you on the head wherever you are. Without touching the ground, I'll kick you and fly off. It seems he's kicking him every day. Keeping him constantly afraid. Can you imagine how he will feel? So he was very afraid that it must be Vali's people. They were sent, now go and find out. He told Hanuman, go, you are the most intelligent, you go. Go in disguise. Don't go as a Vanara. So Hanuman disguised himself as a nice Brahmana, old Brahmana, with a stick in his hand, shivering and going like that. With a begging bowl, bhiksha. It seems he went like that. And when they first saw him, immediately Ramachandra understood, this is a disguised person. Only Ramachandra can understand. It is mentioned that Hanuman in his younger days, he did a lot of mischief and all that, and rishis and sages and all were very disturbed, and then many things happened. and Indra hit him in his chin, and he tried to swallow the sun, so many things. And it is mentioned that he got a boon, got a necklace, diamond necklace, which nobody can see. The day that somebody recognizes that necklace on your thing, he is that person who is your real master. Only he can see it. Was the boon. So Hanuman came, and he heard from Hanuman, I am a Brahmana, I am in the... So he was telling Lakshmana, why is a Brahmana hanging around alone in the forest begging? What is he begging? There are no people here. What is begging bowl for what? Talking to Lakshmana. And Rama can see the necklace, Lakshmana cannot see. So he is talking like that to him and saying that, how can he be? Logic, he told. He is not a Brahmana beggar. Then Lakshmana said, no, he looks, what is he doing in the forest with a bowl? Who is here to give bhiksha? Around the sages and all that he is asking. Sages are themselves bhiksha valas. Like that he was just commenting. Finally, he was still pretending like that. Who? Hanuman. Then Lord Ramachandra told him, you don't look like a aged Brahmana who is in need of something. Then Hanuman said, no, I am why will you wear such a costly diamond necklace on your neck? He told. Immediately Hanuman understood, this is my master. I have found him. I was waiting. I have found him. He assumed his position immediately as Hanuman and put Shashtanga Pranam at Ramachandra's lotus feet. Recognizing your master, knowing who is your guru, who is the person who is going to lead you, and recognizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's a great moment in everybody's life. Hanuman came to know, this is my master. I have been told, that person who sees your necklace, nobody else will be able to see it. That person is your master. So as soon as he saw him, he paid obeisances. And his talk was so good, he started talking. Ramachandra told Lakshmana, he's a very educated monkey. He talks so sweetly, so scholarly. He knows the Shastras so well. He's so well-mannered. He is a monkey of high-class manners, better than human beings, better than the best class of human beings. Rama noticed that. Very educated person. Why? Hanuman took education from where? His Gurukula was not ordinary Gurukula. His Guru was Surya. The best of the international institutes, global, universal institutes, was Surya running. And he came late for admission, Hanuman. Hanuman came, father, he decided, finally, you're too smart, too good. I cannot find you any school where you'll create some trouble there, asking questions and all that. Best thing is for you to go learn from Surya. He decided. Surya, very late for admission, sir, already over, completely full. My school is on my Radham. And it is mobile school. So always moving around the whole orbit. So, you're late for admission and all that. There's no place. So Hanuman said, no, I can myself be mobile. I don't have to sit on a chariot. I'll do mobile. I'll be sitting on my own seat. But the portions already started. Doesn't matter. I will become mobile. I will travel on my own. I'll attend all the classes. Surya said, okay. And he happened to be an exceptionally good student. All others sitting and got place, Paka admission and all that were not as good as him floating around and attending the whole sessions. Mobile classroom. He was so good. Finally, the Guru Dakshina, after education was over, I'm putting everything short because he practiced, his Leela in the school is also mentioned. He was so good that Surya was so impressed with him. He said, what can I give as Guru Dakshina to you? He consulted his wife and came back to him and said, ordinary Dakshina I cannot take from you. And since you are so capable, I have my son, Sugriva. He's suffering a lot because of Vali. And you are more smarter than him, very capable, very intelligent, more than him. You go and look after him and serve him. That was, he said, Tatastu, I'll do that. That's how he came to Sugriva. Surya sent me, my guru has told me to serve you. But Sugriva is not so capable, not so intelligent, not so powerful like Hanuman. But Hanuman had the authority to serve somebody who is less qualified than him. Just imagine. And he did that service pakka. He's taking order from Sugriva, who are those two people, find out and come. He can do that very easily. He went there and did it. As paid obeisances to Hanuman and all that, and Lord Ramachandra told him, this is what where I'm disturbed, I lost my wife and Ravana has done this and all those things. He immediately said, my right thing for me to do is to take you to my king. I cannot give you any solution myself, although I know how to give. So he controlled himself and he said, I'll take you to Sugriva. He will help you. Which means that I will help you actually through Sugriva. I will be helping you through Sugriva because you are my master. So he took them on the shoulders and just climbed. It's described so wonderfully there. They were just sitting on his shoulder. He climbed hills and jumped and, flew from place to place. So capable, so good. Landed up in front of Sugriva and introduced both of them. The two people whom you were worried are roaming around in the forest. These are the two gentlemen. This is Ramachandra. This is his brother Lakshmana. They are princes. They are from Ayodhya. And they'll cause no harm to you. And this way got introduced to Sugriva. And Sugriva and Ramachandra sign a pact of friendship and all that. Then they'll say, let us talk. So for talking, taken to a nice place in the hill with the trees and everything together. Sugriva will sit down. Find a place for him, nice asan, sit down first. He will not offer to Ramachandra and Lakshmana because he's a monkey. Hanuman will notice, oh, that's not correct. And Ramachandra is seeing, Lakshmana is also seeing. Then they are thinking, monkey will be like that only. Sugriva, monkey, not very civilized and all that. Hanuman will see Ramachandra and Lakshmana noticing that, oh, they are thinking my king is mannerless. No etiquette. So he immediately adjusts that. No, I am supposed to serve my king by giving you a seat. He makes it look like that. It's my mistake that I did not do it. So he immediately takes the branch and offers to Lakshmana, to Rama, and Sugriva will watch. Oh, what's he doing? This fight is not used to these things. Giving a seat to both of them. Then he will not take a seat. Hanuman will sit on the floor in front of Ramachandra and Sugriva. I am servant of Sugriva and my master. They have to sit on the asan, Ramachandra. I should not sit. Ramachandra will notice that how well behaved he is. He will notice that he's sitting on the floor. He's a monkey. He's so different from Sugriva, whom he is serving. It will be very austere to serve somebody who is not capable, not educated, has got no etiquette, and I should think you are the king. I should listen to you, take instruction from you, and execute it. That's the type of seva he got. Who? Hanuman. He was protecting Sugriva, advising Sugriva, helping Sugriva, becoming his servant. This is what you do under the order of the Guru. You may like it, you may not like it. Hanuman may not like it, but he's doing it. And that is why he is so pakka in his devotion. And Ramachandra notices everything about him. He also comments to Lakshmana. Hanuman is very special. He is noticed and he is commented and he knows that he is my devotee. So you can imagine how Ramachandra will be feeling towards Hanuman from the beginning. He knows. So by your behavior, by your genuine, sincere action, by your submissiveness, by your humility, you will capture the attention of the Lord. Pride, puffed up nature, self-righteousness, all these things were absent in Hanuman from the beginning. That is noticed by Ramachandra. Devotees are humble because they know Krishna is everything. Devotees don't take credit because they know it belongs to Krishna, belongs to my Guru, belongs to Vaishnavas. By their mercy I am performing. In this way they remain humble. That attracts Krishna. When a devotee is surrendered, humble, then it becomes attractive. That is the quality of a devotee. Surrendered means of that quality. So Hanuman was always very surrendered and very capable, very intelligent, but humble. The quality of a person who is very solid, very confident about himself. Why he is confident? I have the blessing of the Lord. I am a devotee through and through. I am surrendered. I don't have to worry about anything. This is confidence. This is confidence. So Hanuman was a solid devotee. Dasya, servant. That's why Ramachandra gave him specially, if you see Sita, give her this. His assignment he gave specially to her, find Sita and give her this. Tell her that you are my messenger. So he's sometimes called Ramadut Hanuman, messenger of Rama. So glories of Hanuman and devotion is Dasya Bhava is very, very important for us to understand. Ramayana is filled with this type of bhava. Everybody's servitorship, servanthood. Yeah. So you can see that the service attitude of Hanuman impresses Lord Ramachandra. Etiquette, behavior is very important. Don't take things for granted. You should know how to behave in a society of Vaishnavas. You should know how etiquette should be expressed at the right time to the right person in the right circumstance. This is culture. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praised Haridas Thakur, praised Sanatana Goswami for their Vaishnava etiquette. You know how to behave. So he ordered Lord Chaitanya ordered Sanatana Goswami to write about how a Vaishnava should do, what he should not do, how you should live in a community of Vaishnavas. So in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami has written all these things. Vaishnava means what? How he should behave amongst each other. So all that you can see in Hanuman very nicely. Although he is a Vanara. Actually Hanuman is a Kim Purusha. Not like the other monkeys. Kim Purusha means they look almost like human being, but have monkey characteristics, tail and hairy body and this and that. But they talk and this thing and all very much like human beings. So that's why you say, Kim Purusha, what type of a human being are you? You look different. Kim Purusha. They are called Kim Purushas. So he belongs to that category. So Ramachandra Bhagavan, you will see his relationship with Hanuman. He specially chose Hanuman and told him, you are the most humble, the most capable, very intelligent, and you can do this task. And in this way, Hanuman went to Lanka. And that time also he was humble. He did not say that I have the capability to jump across the sea 800 yojanas and land in Lanka. He did not say it. Why? Because he did not know it. His own capability. Why? Because he was cursed not to know it. Because of all the mischief he was doing with the rishis and sages, they decided it's only required when Ramachandra's Leela comes in and he has to save Sita. Till then just shut up. You'll forget that you are powerful. You won't know your own Shakti. You will be reminded of it when only it's necessary for you. So in this way, Hanuman went along with everybody else to search Sita, and they went through a long journey. They became fatigued. They almost became hopeless. They were sitting in the sea at that time with the help of Sampati, Jatayu's brother. He was able to see and say, I can see Sita there in Lanka, in the Ashokavana. He saw with his sharp eyes and told, don't worry, she's there. He's the first person to tell them, and they became very confident. They were jumping like nothing. But the big problem was, how will we go there? How will we go there and see and check? So each one was asked to tell, how much can you do? Angad came, Jambavan came, some other powerful Vanaras came. I can do 30 yojanas. After that I am finished. I can do so many finished. I cannot return. Each one said one thing. Jambavan said, I am too old to do. I could have done it, but I am too old to do. Nobody else was speaking. Everybody said, I can do that, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. But one person was not speaking at all. It's Hanuman. He was in deep meditation on Rama. Jambavan went to him and said, Hanuman, you can do it. You don't remember your own powers. I'm here to remind you. This is what you did before, and you have forgotten it. You should do this. You can jump that 800 yojanas and you can jump back. You are capable of doing. In this way, Hanuman was reminded. Till then, he was just a small, nicely behaved, nice person. At that moment, he assumed his huge form. And he started chanting Ram. And then it's mentioned that he set off from there, from the mountain. He jumped out into the sky because he was empowered by all of these great personalities. He remembered his thing, and he had a great desire to serve Rama. And Rama has personally asked, thinking of Rama, he jumped 800 yojanas. What a powerful jump it must be. No Olympic race has ever been touching even 1/100th or anything of it. Less, nothing. I mean, if you count it as a long jump, it's like from this place to that 800 yojanas. One yojana is 8 miles. 800 yojanas is how much? 6,400 miles, one jump. Can you do that? Can you just run and come in? Ooh, 6,400 miles he jumped here. Is there any long jump recorded like that anywhere? It's too big to be recorded in the Olympics. Nothing compared to massive jump he did. Flew in the sky. So, and he encountered amazing personalities. That's something that we can discuss tomorrow or the day after. In this way, Hanuman performed super duper human feat. So we cannot believe all this, right? It's too fantastic to believe. Hare, I'm already sleepy. Now you are saying he jumped 6,400 miles. I like to sleep further. It's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. Yes, for puny minds in Kali Yuga, many things are unbelievable. Reality is not on the basis of what you believe. Reality is a reality. You may believe, you may not believe. It does not change the reality. It changes only your reality in your head. Because you cannot believe, you are disadvantaged. You can't believe Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. You cannot believe what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. That's your problem. You will remain in the small consciousness. But those who actually apply their faith, and by knowledge they can understand, yes, it is possible, they enjoy much greater reality, by the blessing of the Lord. In this way, we should not subject the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra and his devotees to our mundane thinking and analysis. Pastimes of the Lord are beyond human endeavors. That is why they become very tasty, and that is why they become very interesting to hear. Why? It is doable by the Lord, and it can be witnessed by you and enjoyed by you from the audience, from the gallery. That's all. You don't have to become God and jump and do anything, kill any asura or anything. You simply hear and you enjoy Adbhuta Leela of the Lord. And you recollect them. Then you know how God is great, how his characteristics, his beautiful qualities. You appreciate. The more you appreciate, the more you hear, the more you appreciate, the more you hear, you become purified. Shanavatam swakata Krishna punya shavana kirtana hridiyantastohi abhadrani vidunoti suhrit satam. Vidunoti suhrit satam. So we will continue with reading Bhagavatham and pastimes a little later. Now that, what's the time? So now it's past 9:20. You need to take prasadam also. Many of you are already sleeping. So out of hunger and out of many other things. We also have a capacity to hear Leela. We are puny human beings who beyond a certain level cannot hear. So it is interval. You can now take some refreshments. And after that you can be more sleepy. If necessary, sleep also. But get up and chant Hare Krishna and again hear the pastime. Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any question or comment? Maybe. But the pastime sure happened. That is reality. We are measuring with our measuring instrument, that many things would have changed over a long period of time. History, the geography of it, by even people who study all these things will tell you that there are shifts, continental shift, tectonic shifts, and all those things, and many things would have changed. And also for puny Kali Yuga people to measure what happened in Treta Yuga is a challenging job. I don't think it is so easy to put all that information in that 2D binary thinking that we do in Kali Yuga. They are not so simple. So there may be many, many physical reasons, there may be spiritual reasons, there may be other types of reasons. What dimensions that we see may be different from what actually the reality is. You are assuming that what you see, right, is the truth that is there. Because in between are your senses and your perception. Through your senses only you are seeing. Right? So you can have a perception in you which is coming through your senses, which is different from what is real there. Which is different. Your experience is based on what the senses data you get. Isn't it? So how do we know it is real? This is a big question. This is a big question. How do you know what you experience is what is the reality outside there? When you see the table, how do you know this is actually existing as a table? Because your senses are telling you it's stable. If you touch it, it is stable. If you see it, it is stable. Right? It may be something else, but your senses are interpreting to you as stable. Right? So under these complications, this is all science. I am speaking to you what scientists are speaking. Under these complications, how do you know that by your measurement from there to there is the correct measurement? How do you know it's the correct measurement? But one thing they have seen is below they have seen the remnants of that bridge. That they have seen. There is a bridge underneath built. The stones were all floating. Because there is a special thing Sagara will come and give. These stones, I will hold them. Ocean, for 3 days he will not come out. Vibhishana will tell one thing, Lakshmana will tell one suggestion to Rama. Vibhishana will tell you better meditate and he will come. Lakshmana said, just take your arrow and say, make way for me, otherwise I'll finish you. Immediately it will happen. So Rama will choose to listen to Vibhishana's suggestion and he will say, no, I will meditate. For 3 days, nothing will happen. And then Rama will get angry. And then he will say, I'll evaporate all the water if you don't immediately respond to me. And then he will appear. And then he will say that the best thing for you to do is to build a bridge on me. I will hold it. I will hold it. So rather you should be asking, how is it possible to build a bridge at that time when there was no technology for so many yojanas across with floating stones? Why didn't you ask that question? That is even more intriguing. How was it floating bridge? Because Sagara said, I will hold the stones. But the devotees, Vanara said, by the holy name of Rama, it is floating. It was floating because the higher principle was it is being floating because of Rama. The holy name of Rama, it was floating. Secondary thing was Sagara was holding it. They all walked across the floating ocean. The whole army walked across. So many wonderful things are there. We can't actually see it, like I said, in a material way. Because it's God who's performing the pastimes. He can do anything he wants. He is trying to keep it within your level. Sometimes it becomes a little wonderful. Something which you don't know how to do. As much as possible, in a believable way, he does. Most of Rama Leela. But certain things, he has to show he is God also. It goes beyond your limit. That time we should understand that God is sometimes showing us who he is. What is his Shakti? Otherwise, he is trying to make it believable for us. Inside our puny frame. He need not do that actually. But if he does his pastimes in this wonderful way, you will not believe it. So once in a while, that's why Krishna opened his mouth and said, actually I am your son, but I am also God. Look at my mouth. Showed Vishwarupa and said, hey, shut your mouth, I don't care, you are my son. She didn't want to see that. It's rasa, my getting spoiled, my vatsalya rasa. So many times people don't want to know the greatness of Krishna, especially devotees. And it's not so important to me. You are great, I agree, but it's not important to me. I am in love with you in this rasa. That is important to me. And for Krishna also that's important. So, if we get stuck with measuring the total area, is it 800 yojanas or plus or minus how much? How could he have done? Could he have done? Prabhupada saying that, he is saying that scholars, they'll never understand. Forget it. If you calculate like that, say, therefore Ramachandra must be an ordinary human being. Final conclusion will be that. Therefore I also can do. Therefore I am also God. Therefore. That is why the Lord does a few wonderful things which you cannot say you can do. If he had done everything like you do, you would have very well concluded, Ramayana, Yennoda Ayana Pakalame. You will write your own story. That's what I said. So he does wonderful things. Floating bridge. Flying across 800 yojanas, his devotee does. He will do wonderful things so that you won't make the mistake of thinking you can do that. Otherwise, very fast you will become Rama. Rama Raja edukkunga naane irukkenga. That's a danger. So God in a restricted way only shows his greatness to stop you from thinking you are God. Atava bahunaitena kim gyatena tavarjuna vrishtabhya hamidam kritsnam ekam shena sthito jagat. What is there to tell you all these things? I don't have to convince you. One small spark of my splendor, this whole creation is being maintained. Right? So we don't do research on Krishna's pastimes. We have faith. Somebody else can suffer that. We don't have to suffer. Yeah. What? Concrete. Conflict. No, he broke Shiva's bow. Parshuram is a Kshatriya, no? Powerful. Kshatriyas always compete. You are greater than me, like that. Fighting and all that. So the Leela there is that people ask, how two incarnations meeting with each other? நான் இதை கேட்டதே இல்லையே. எல்லாரும் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் போட்டு மீட் பண்ணுவாங்களா? வராஹா, நரசிம்மா, பரசுராமா, வாமனா எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து. எனக்கு தெரியவே இல்லையே. No, not like that. It is just that Parashurama is in the end of his Leela. Continuing and discontinuing. And Rama has already appeared. And Parashurama will challenge. In fact, there Dashrath will say, no, you don't challenge my son, I will fight with you. And Parashurama will say, I am not interested in fighting with you. Who are you? I fight with this person. He just broken Shiva's bow. He is worth fighting for me. What have you done? Great. He is the person I want to fight with, not you. That time Dasharath understood, my gosh, my son is greater than me. He is a... Vishwamitra reminds him, Aham Vedmi Rama Satya Parakraman. He is not your son. He can do amazing things. Satya Parakramam he will do. But he is looking like a small boy, 11 years old, and you are very attached to him. You are not allowing him. Vishwamitra told him this. Aham Vedmi. I know who he is. He is a supreme. A terrific, amazing, unlimited Shakti. He owns everything. And he is standing there as your son, and you are thinking, my son, I will not allow him. Rama Satya Parakraman. Right? And Vasishta convinces him. We just leave it with him. Don't spoil. Don't be a useless parent showing your affection to the son and not allowing him to grow. Don't be an idiot parent. Leave him. Vishwamitra is great. He'll teach him all the weapons. He is professor. Double, triple, 10 PhDs he has got on weaponry. DRDO does not have it. Defense Research Development Organization, Defense Ministry, nobody knows weapons. Vishwamitra has got everything with him in his fingertips. He will make him a powerful Kshatriya. Don't you want your son to fight all the enemies and become victorious? Yeah. Send him. This is professor coming. This is another Gurukul, next stage. Post-graduation, Kamala. Send him. You convince him. Then Vasishta will send. He is Satya Parakraman. Vishwamitra tells you, you don't know. Your son is not your son. He is, I know who he is. I want to use him. Let the world know him. Get him married to Sita. All these things only Vishwamitra does. So, he broke the Shiva's bow after that. He could have broken it even before when he was 5 years old. But in his Leela, he broke the Shiva's bow, which came to be, Vishwamitra has trained him up so much here. He broke Shiva's bow trying to string it. The Vishwamitra became very famous also. Hearing all this, Parashurama said, Yaar I am the wielder of the bow. How did he break it? You want to see him. I want to fight with him. He will be defeated by Parashurama. So it is like a Kshatriya to Kshatriya, avatar to avatar recognition. Many complex things there happening. And he will bow down, end this thing and leave. There's a story about Rama releasing his arrow and where should it go and all that. So many other details in that. But basically he accepts defeat from Rama. And Rama is a young boy. He just got married. He's not very old. I think it is about, how much he is old? He is about, is it 16? He's 11 years old when he left with Vishwamitra. I think very young, got married to Sita. And he defeats Parashurama. That is when Dasharath will know who is my son. He'll see beyond his affection. He's got educated and he's coming back and he's getting married to Sita and coming back. That time this happens. You can read. further on that. Okay? Yeah. No, they will think it is the Lord only. Actually, devotees will know this is sweet pastime of the Lord. Yeah. You don't worry about non-devotees. They'll not be able to understand. They don't have the taste, they don't have the understanding, they don't have the blessing. Of course. Paritranaya sadhunam. For non-devotees, vinashaya cha dushkritam. He kills them. For devotees, he shows his pastime. See, enjoy. We both will enjoy together. Kill the this fellow will never understand. Idiots. He is showing his pastime for devotees only. In fact, that is the main reason he comes, not to kill the demons. Demons killing he can do from anywhere. He doesn't have to personally do. But you should also understand that he said his ordinary feelings. They look ordinary. They are not ordinary. If the Lord feels separation from Sita, it is not ordinary. But it is meant to be an example for those people who are ordinary to get inspired. The Bhagavatham says that what is the situation of a person too attached to his wife was shown by Ramachandra. That's how it interprets it. To show you, don't be too attached to your partner beyond your attachment to Krishna. Right? This does not mean you should not be attached at all. You should be sannyasi in the grahastha ashrama. That's the other extreme of people, some people doing that and spoiling their whole grahastha life also. But it means that you should not forget your centralized, focused attachment to Krishna. Everything else is subservient to that. But if it increases too much, then you will suffer. That he is showing. That he is showing. Become excessively attached to your wife, then you're blind to spiritual life, to God, to everything. You know, they show in all the movies, no? Ni illamal naan illai, you know, I cannot exist without you and all that. I am dreaming and then both of them die. Aladha, finished. This will create another janma for you and another janma and another janma to satisfy those attachments. That is being shown. When he shows these things, that's what is being shown. He cries, Lakshmana consoles him. He said, my dear brother, you cannot be like this. You should not be, being so hopeless and so driven by this. We will find Sita, don't worry. We will definitely find Sita. It cannot be so difficult. What cannot you do? You are so powerful. Why are you feeling like this? He will advise him. Don't be so attached. Don't be so this thing. Don't worry, we will find out. He gave a lot of counseling to Ramachandra. So the Bhagavatam says that this is the plight of a person too attached to his wife. But that, Prabhupada will come in there, not to be thought of as you and me, that he is very attached to his wife. Yeah, God attached irunda, naye attached irukkodade. That is the wrong lesson you learn from Ramayana. God, that's what most materialists will do that. But yeah, Kadal, they should be very, this thing like that only. In the process of being Ramachandra, you will find you're unfit. Wife will definitely not think you're Ramachandra. No chance. So it will be full of conflicts, your life, if you don't understand Ramayana properly. So you must understand that the Lord is experiencing Vipralamba Bhava. In transcendental state, is experiencing separation and is experiencing more pleasure in the relationship with Sita, in that rasa, in Swakiya rasa, he is enjoying Vipralamba. That is the explanation given in the Bhagavatam, in Rasat Tattva. So he is having his own internal enjoyment, and externally you are seeing it in one way and understanding it in another way, according to Dharma, according to this thing and all that you're also understanding. So the Lord is also having his own thing going on, which you don't know. Only qualified devotees know. Simultaneously, in one stroke, he achieves many things. Multitasking he does. Okay? Om Tat Sat, please eat prasadam. The next mantra is Mahaprasade Govinde. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatham ki.